Yo, what's going on YouTube? I have a quick video here regarding a pair of shoes that's in this box. Based on the title, I'm sure you guys have a general idea as to what this is all about. I want to take you guys through what happened to me this past week and maybe some kind of tips and other things that maybe you can use when you're out there buying shoes or other things on classified websites. This can be Kijiji, this could be Craigslist, this could be Facebook Marketplace. Anywhere where you're meeting someone one-on-one, or maybe even eBay to a certain extent. I was on Kijiji. Okay, Kijiji is a marketplace. It's similar to Craigslist if you are in the US. I don't think you have Kijiji in the US, but basically it's like post a classified ad with anything that you have. It's similar to Facebook Marketplace, and then you can just list it and you meet the person one-on-one. There's no fees or anything like that. Yeah, basically this shoe right here, that I'm going to show you is a shoe that I've been looking out for quite a while. It released, the last time it released was 2018. It's called the Jordan 14 Last Shot. For those that know, for those that don't know, it's like a pretty popular shoe because it was Michael Jordan took like an incredibly famous like kind of buzzer beater shot in this shoe, and it was forever kind of named the last shot shoe. So since 2018, like I've been wanting this shoe. I didn't pick it up at the time, and so over the past like 5 years, I've been looking out for a good price, even if it's like lightly used in my size 11, and it doesn't go for a cheap amount. So it's been difficult for me to find, and over the years, obviously more and more people are wearing their pairs, and it's harder and harder to find this shoe, right? Just that makes sense, right? So there's more scarcity. Recently, I was on Kijiji. This is last week. Found the shoe. The guy wanted $120 for these, okay? And so I messaged him and I'm like, hey, I'm interested in the shoe. Can I see a few more photos? Because the photos that he originally had on the ad were a little bit blurry, but it was my size. And he said in the description, they're like new. I've only worn them a few times. I'm gonna show you the photos that he sent me somewhere on the screen here so you can see for yourself, okay? So the photos that were on the classified ad were blurry, okay? Keep that in mind. I need to see new photos. He wasn't extremely responsive at the beginning. Like it would take like a day for him to respond, and in my head I'm like, okay, these are probably already snatched up by someone. But then he kept responding eventually, and then I'm like, can I see more photos? He's like, yeah. And then he took a day, he didn't send them, and I'm like following up, I'm wondering if you have more photos. He sent them to me, right? And when I got the photos, they look pretty good, as you guys can see. Like they look like they're like in pretty good condition. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, these look good. The only thing is I'm located like, I'm not located in your area. I'm located in a different part of Toronto. Okay. And I messaged him this in the morning. He messaged me back almost instantly and says, where are you located in this area? Because I might be in your area later. And so I sent him my address, right? And I would say less than a minute or two later, he says, I'm on my way. Okay. I don't like it when people that have not confirmed with you the exact time, maybe we haven't even hashed out the exact price or other details. I mean, we kind of talked about the price. I actually offered him $80, which is a lot lower than what he asked, is $40 less. And he was fine with that. After I received the photos, I forgot to mention that. I said, they look good. Would you take 80? Okay. Right after he's like, I might be in your area. Where do you live? So at that point, I'm like, okay, as a buyer, I'm feeling like this is a deal. Like I'm not only getting a deal, but someone's potentially coming to me. So I offered up my address. What I don't like is that he just immediately said, I'm on my way. Okay. He doesn't know if I'm even home right now. You know what I mean? I could be at work right now messaging him. I could be somewhere else messaging him, but he said that he was on his way. Okay. So that's the first part I didn't really love, but I'm like, okay, fortunately I was home. So I said, cool, I'm home. Send me a message like while you're on the way. Send me a message while you're like 15 minutes away or whatever, and I'll prepare myself and I'll come outside. I can even come to your car and we can meet up and whatever. He actually had really good communication. I like saying that because it shows me that someone's actually going and leaving and heading towards me. I've had some people that have said, yeah, I'm on my way, and it's been like an hour, or it's been like what, you don't even know what, so you're just kind of waiting around, right? He was very responsive. At that point, he's like, I'm already in the car. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So he must have already been on the road or something heading this way. Cool. He texts me again, I'm 15 minutes away. Okay, cool. We have some really good communication at this point. I'm like, okay, this is great. These are really good signs. This is like a really good thing. I don't mind this whole, like, you're just showing up. Maybe you're just someone that really wants to action something. Maybe you're someone that really just wants the money right away. Cool. And thanks for still watching if you are, because I haven't shown you your shoes yet. 5 minutes or 10 minutes away, right? He says, I'm 5-10 minutes away. Thing is, I have to leave ASAP. I'm late for something else. Can you please come outside and meet me at my car? I need to go ASAP. He kept saying the word ASAP, right? I'm like, okay, cool. This guy's in a rush, right? Like, I still want to be able to, like, you know, meet you, and obviously I want to see the shoes and everything. And he meets me. So he says I'm 10 minutes away, and then like 2 minutes away, he's like, I'm here. Please come ASAP. I have to go. Right? It's going to take me a couple minutes to get to where we were meeting, right? So I was like, okay, I'm on my way, like, I'm coming. And then he's like, please, ASAP, can you hurry, please? Like, I'm in a rush, right? So for you guys that are new to buying or have already done this before, you're probably aware of this. Someone that makes you feel rushed is typically someone that's going to do something to make you make a decision that you haven't completely thought out. Okay, so he was rushing me as the buyer, right? He was telling me, okay, I gotta go, I gotta hurry, like, I don't have time. That's making me feel as though I have to rush the transaction as well, right? And so I went downstairs knowing all these things. And keep in mind, I've been doing this whole, like, buying classifieds thing for at least 15, maybe 20 years now, like a really, really long time. Like, at the beginning of when all this stuff started, I've been doing all this. And I knew all these signs because I've experienced this stuff before. Nonetheless, I still was like so eager for this shoe because I've wanted this shoe for so long. The price was good, so I really didn't see too much of a risk. And the guy was super responsive and was getting to me really quickly and coming here, and I just gave him the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Now, you guys remember the photos that we saw earlier, right? He shows up, he has them in this box, and then he has them in a bag. Okay. And right when he meets up with me, when I see this guy, he's not even in his car. He's outside of his car, and he's walking towards me. He's like, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing?" Like he was very, very. He was like rushing me a lot, right? He's like, "What are you wearing?" Like, I gotta go, and I'm carrying the bag. Like, I'm like, okay. I tell him I was wearing like a hoodie or a jacket or something, in a specific color. You know, I'm wearing a black jacket or whatever it is. He spots me, comes right to me. Okay, this guy was like quick. He hands me the bag really quick. He's like, "Yo, do you have the cash?" Like, I gotta go. And I was like, I was so rushed, and I was like, all I managed to get out was like, they're good, right? Like, everything's good. Like, there's shoes in here, right? And it felt like there were shoes, obviously. And I opened the box a little bit, took a quick peek, like that, right? And someone already showed me the photos. Like, he already showed me the photos twice. There was blurry photos which looked okay, but they were blurry. And then he showed me the additional photos. So I see a pair of shoes in there. Cool. This guy's on his way. He's got to go, right? Fine. Here's the cash, $80. Boom, boom, boom. This guy left. And this is not to say this man was like a sketchy dude, but he did dress like he was a sketchy ass dude. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But that doesn't mean anything. You can dress sketchy. You can dress nice and be the sketchiest person ever. That doesn't really mean anything. But maybe that was a sign for me to be like, you know, this guy's been really quick with me. You know, he's trying to rush me in a way. And I'm getting like kind of a vibe from him that, you know, he might be trying to finesse me. But at that point, I was like, I still in my head was like, there's shoes in here. This guy's gonna give me an empty box. You know, it's whatever. Like, it's whatever. Like, he just needs some cash. He's in a rush. Who knows? It's not my business. Let's get this done. I come home. I walk into my place. I'm thinking like, this is gonna be a dope video. And I got a Grail pair that I've been looking for a really, really long time. I open this box. First things first, I look at the box like this. They're like this. From this angle, and actually on the camera right now, these don't look that bad. Leather looks pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry, I noticed a little bit of paint marks there. Okay. I picked them up. And I look at these shoes a little bit closer, and I'm like, no, this is not what was in the photos. And if it was, you must have done something to them. I guess they don't even look that bad in this lighting, but I'm gonna show you guys something really quick. There's some separation here on some of the areas. It's minor, but it didn't look like that in the photos. Look at this. Oh my gosh. The soles is what killed me. So the uppers, you know what? They're actually not even that bad. And they look a little bit better in this light. But look at the soles. So this, for you guys that don't know, should have a piece of plastic or rubber that looks like this on it. These have been worn down so hard that the rubber, not only was it worn down, like even if it looked like that, this should be tread all the way across. Like there should be these indentations, and it's worn down there. Not only it could have looked like that all over here, and I would have been still a little bit upset. The whole piece of plastic is gone, and now exposing whatever that is. I guess it's just like foam or something. It's foam. It's literally like the foam that's in the midsole is here. This should all be red. Like this should be this color. Look at it. The Jumpman is like, bro. Look at this one. I thought that was mud at first, so when I got it, I was like, oh, they're just dirty. No. This guy was like, you guys remember that from the 90s when you would be doing the grinds? Not the Heelys, but the other ones? Yeah, this guy was trying that on these. These are like, how do you even scratch that part up of the shoe so badly? And again, both sides have the missing rubber. Like, look at this one. This is even worse. So this one had the missing rubber and the foam exposed, but this one not only went down to the foam, it went to the next layer beyond the foam. Look at this, bro. Like, so when I saw this, I was like, yo. And the problem here is that this is entirely my fault. There's going to be people that will always trying to get one over you. Like that's going to happen forever. It's been happening forever. It's going to continue happening forever. As a buyer, it is your responsibility to fully inspect things regardless of how quickly the seller wants to push you along. To be finessed in this case, in this exact situation, was completely preventable and something that I could have prevented, and it wouldn't have put me in this position. Fortunately, it's only $80. This day and age, $80 is $80. Like, that's not money that I'm just trying to like put in the garbage. But basically, this is garbage to me now. I can't really do anything. Like, I was even thinking like maybe I could do a restoration video. I don't even know how I'd restore this. I believe that this entire piece has to be ripped off and a brand new one has to be put on. And I don't do all that stuff because I don't really know how to do it, nor do I want to spend the time doing so. This is crazy. Like, even as they are, I can't even, like, I think these would just blow up on me if I wore them a few times. But again, like I'm saying before, it was my responsibility to slow down the transaction in person and fully inspect these shoes. Because if I pulled them out and I saw this, I would have just passed straight up. I would have just said, listen, I know you traveled all the way down here. To be honest, I feel really bad that you drove down here. I wouldn't even owe him anything for that matter because he said he was on his way. But if I felt really bad, which actually I would have felt bad, I would have just been like, here, yo, here's $5-10, cover your gas. Like, I'm very, very, very sorry about that. I can't take these in this condition because this is crazy. And this is actually not what you sent me the photos of. Now, I had a decision to make afterwards too. I could have contacted him and called him. This kind of goes back, and again, I am a grown man in my 30s, like living a whole different grown man life. Okay, I'm not out here trying to get in a situation over $80, any type of money for that matter. And so when I told you guys at the beginning, this guy was and I meet up all the time. But when I meet someone that's like strikes me as someone that seems like a pretty hood dude, it is not in my best interest to go ahead and try to press them over a situation that is my own fault. And I'm talking like, it is what it is. Like, people that might be watching this right now might be thinking differently and might be saying like, this is on you, and you're a bit of you're you're being like a little bit like I'm trying to say an appropriate word for not approaching this person after the fact. But he was a hood guy. He had face tats. He had like the whole situation, and he looked like he really lived that kind of lifestyle. And I'm not gonna phone him up and be like, bro, like, I want my money back. You know what I mean? Like, I knew that it was on me. I knew that it was on me, and I had to take this L. So, yeah. Look at this. This is interesting stuff. So anyway, like I said, I've been rambling a little bit. Appreciate you if you're still listening and still watching. But this is crazy. Like, this is something else. This is definitely not the shoe that he sent me. He must have sent me different photos, or he just sent like really great photos that were just avoiding what I saw. Two, it was entirely on me to have not looked at the shoes, and I didn't. And I could have done something afterwards, and I didn't, because I didn't think it was worth it. But just for you guys that are buying anything, it could be shoes, it could be anything. Always take the time to inspect it. I would also take the time to meet someone during the day to do so as well, so there's enough lighting. I've done some meetups at night, and then I've looked at a shoe after and been like, yeah, that's way worse condition than I thought. For something like shoes versus like electronics necessarily, these are something you wear on the ground, right? There's going to be wear and tear on the shoe. Obviously, that's going to happen naturally. But yeah, this is just like, I can't do anything with this. I can't even like resell this like for anything. I don't think anyone even I don't even know what I would do with this. So yeah, that's it. If you guys have other I'd love to hear comments, first of all. But if you have other stories similar to this, please let me know in the comments down below. Let me know like how you would have gone about this situation. Would you have hit him up? The funny thing is, afterwards, because he had my phone, he actually texted me like many times after with other shoes that he was trying to sell. He was just like, if you got quick cash, like, I got other shoes. I didn't respond to any messages. This guy was literally talking to himself in my inbox, like on my text. He sent like 8 or 9 messages that I did not respond to over the next probably week, of just photos of shoes and like, hey, I can do this price. And I like, look at this. I can do this price. I'm just touching the shoe and I'm feeling even more issues and problems. I can do this price. I can do this price. And he was sending me photos of other shoes. And he was also sending me photos of blatant fakes. And being like, yeah, like I got these on deck, like brand new. Like, this is the retail price. I only want this much. I know these aren't fake. These are real. But he was sending me like, he was just doing all sorts of nonsense, right? So at that point, I didn't even bother responding, because I'm like, I'm not about to get my money back. I know that for sure. And I don't, even if there are good deals, I don't want to have to deal with that kind of experience again. So that's my story time for today. Jordan 14, last shots. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys have a similar story, have encountered something like this before. But hopefully this video was somewhat helpful. Hopefully you liked the story, and let me know what you would have done. Curious to know, and read the comments. Anyway, that's it. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.